Omotayo Adebodun on Sport Drive.
It's another wonderful morning to you, sport fans, and welcome to Sport Drive on OSBC Radio 104.5. Ile Awiye Okebale here in Oshobo. I am Omotayo Adebodun, welcoming you on board this morning. And of course, we begin from the home front this morning, talking about the fold of the Super Eagles. Ahead of the match against the Lone Stars of Sierra Leone. Players have been talking tough. Of course, Sadiq Umar have come to say that they would prove, they will prove Nigerians that they are back stronger. Of course, a goalkeeper coming for the first time. That's talking about Adebayo Adeleye. Says he's ready to challenge Eagles goalkeepers at game time. And of course, he's ready to challenge for game time. And yes, Alexander Iwobi has come to say that the team must be disciplined against Sierra Leone. Remember the last time they met in Nigeria, it ended in a 4-all draw between Nigeria and the Lone Stars of Sierra Leone in Benin City. Of course, still with the fold of the Super Eagles this morning, the Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa has debunked the insinuation that he has retired from the national team football. Musa insists that he has never told anyone that he was calling it quit with the international football, adding that if the coaches consider him good enough to for an invite, he would always answer any call to serve his country. And of course, on the failure of the Super Eagles to qualify for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, Musa said that he owed Nigerian fans and Super Eagles fans, of course, an apology. And of course, moving on this morning, defending champion France have 1 point from 2 Nations League games after being held by Croatia in a split. The champs are made the champ made 10 changes from a side who threw away 2-0, 2-0, who lost 2-1 to Denmark on Friday. And of course, they look on course for a victory when Andrew Rabiot, a cool finish from Wissam Ben Yedda's ball gave them the lead. And both Andrika Kamaric scored a fine penalty after a video assistant referee awarded him a spot following a foul by Jonathan Klaus. Denmark now tops the group on 6 points after winning 2-1 in Austria. France now face an uphill battle to reach next year's Nations League final after throwing away 2 leads in 5 days. Croatia had the chance to win the game, but West Ham's Nicolas Vlasic was denied by goalkeeper Mike Maigan, who was making his competitive debut, and Lukas Susic dragged the shot wide. France handed first competitive start to Arsenal pair of Matteo Guendouzi and William Saliba. And of course, RB Leipzig sought after frontman Christopher Nkunku. New Aston Villa signing Boubacar Kamara came on for France for his France debut in the second half. And of course, Real Madrid midfielder Luka Modric won his 150th cap for Croatia. And of course, Denmark overcame Austria in the other 90. In the other game in Group A1. In the game delayed for 90 minutes because of power failure. And of course, power went in Vienna's second district before kickoff, causing a long delay, with fans using their phones to shine some light at the Estian Apel Stadium. And of course, when the game eventually started, a late Danish striker took them top of the group. And of course, Emil Osberger swept the dancer into the lead before Xavier Sloshad took advantage of some poor defending to level up. But Denmark's Christian Eriksen and Australian forward Marco Arnautovic hit the post as both side pushed for a winner. With 6 minutes left, Eriksen found James Lassen, who called a stunning finisher into the top corner. And of course, it was the first defeat for Austria's former Manchester United boss, Ralf Rangnick, whose side won 3-0 in Croatia last week in his first game in charge. And from there, let's cross to Anfield this morning. The Merseyside Red. And of course, James Milner. James Milner signed a 1-year contract extension at Liverpool until the summer of 2023. The 36-year-old previous deal was due to expire at the end of this season, and of course the midfielder had external offers from one Premier League club and two from overseas. And of course, Milner has accepted to reduce a wage packet to sign a new contract that would see his time at Anfield to 8 seasons. Of course, the deal was very much driven by Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, who was not prepared to lose a player who made 39 appearances for the team last season. And of course, Milner was offered a new contract before the end of the campaign, just finished campaign, but decided to wait until the end of the season before deciding his future. And the new contract also means that Milner is likely to surpass 300 appearances for Liverpool next season, with the veteran midfielder 11 away from that milestone. And of course, earlier this year, Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp described Milner as a role model at the club, and even went as far as to say that none of the Reds' recent achievements, including the Champions League and the Premier League trophy lift in 2019 and 2020 respectively, would have happened without the influence of their number 7. And of course, still talking about Liverpool player, let's talk about another player, talking about Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah rejected Liverpool's request to have a pre-match scan on an undisclosed injury before forward played 90 minutes for his country on Sunday. The 29-year-old captain is side to a 1-0 victory over Guinea in Cairo as Egypt began their qualifying campaign for the next year's African Cup of Nations. He added that Salah's extra years would take place after the game. But Egypt are scheduled to play an African Cup of Nations group match against Ethiopia in Malawi on the 9th of this month. And of course, a friendly against South Korea the following Tuesday. And during the first half of Liverpool's FA final triumph over Chelsea last month, Salah was substituted with a groin issue after just 33 minutes, and the injury also saw him ruled out of the Reds' Premier League away win at Southampton 3 days later. Of course, Salah's future is still uncertain as he is yet to sign a new contract with the club despite his current deal ending in June 2023. Of course, the 2021-22 Golden Boot winner said before the Champions League final in May he would be at Anfield next season for sure, but would not be drawn further on his contract situation. And of course, let's give you result of matches that were decided in the in various UEFA Nations League group and of course African Cup of Nations qualifiers yesterday. Croatia played a 1-0 draw with France. It was a 1-0 draw. Of course, Denmark got the maximum point against Austria. 2-1 it ended. Iceland played out a 1-0 draw with Albania. Belarus played a goalless draw with Azerbaijan. Of course, Kazakhstan got the better of Slovenia. 1-0 it ended. Latvia defeated Liechtenstein. Of course, it was goalless between Andorra and Moldova. And in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers Group J yesterday, Equatorial Guinea got the better of Libya. 2-0 it ended in that encounter. Of course, our international friendly matches were decided. It was goalless between Mexico and Ecuador. Japan, yes, were defeated by Brazil. Courtesy of Neymar Jr.'s goal penalty in that encounter for Brazil. South Korea got the better of Chile. 2-0 it ended. And of course, Algeria defeated Niger. Yes, 1-0 in that encounter. Those were the result of friendly matches that were played yesterday. Of course, matches will be going down today in respective qualifications. Of course, World Cup qualifications for the AFC fourth round. We have the United Arab Emirates playing against Australia. Germany against England in the UEFA Nations League. Italy against Hungary matches by 7:45 p.m. Finland will play against Montenegro by 5 p.m. And of course, Bosnia-Herzegovina plays against Romania by 7:45 p.m. Faroe Island plays against Luxembourg 7:45 p.m. And Lithuania will play against Turkey by 7:45 p.m. For the African Cup of Nations qualifiers in Group B, Eswatini plays against Burkina Faso. Of course, Cape Verde against Togo. Zambia will play against Comoros, Rwanda against Senegal, and those are these matches that will be coming up today. And very quickly, let's see what's going on the transfer scene before we wrap up this morning. And of course, Barcelona open to negotiations with Manchester United over transfer of Netherlands midfielder Frenkie de Jong, who is 25 years to Old Trafford, but the Spanish club have yet received a formal offer from United. A Netherlands manager talking about Louis van Gaal says Dutch forward Steven Bergwijn, who is 24 years, needs to leave Tottenham and join Ajax as soon as possible. And Chelsea are interested in Juventus Dutch defender Matheus Delight, who is 22 years, but blue boss Thomas Tuchel means main defensive target is still 23-year-old Sevilla and France centre back Jules Koundé. And Manchester United and Bayern Munich are keen on signing Inter Milan highly rated Dutch right back Denzel Dumfries, who is 26 years this summer. And we understand that Dutch defender Steve Botman, who is 22 years, who has been linked with a move to Newcastle, and says AC Milan are still working on a deal to complete his signing from Lille. We need to wrap up this morning. Many thanks to everyone that made this production possible. Omotayo Adebodo is my name. Muideen Adeleke is the producer of this program. Until tomorrow, I say don't stop loving sport and enjoy the rest of your day. Good morning.